So, please know everything I'm about to say, I fully acknowledge is nothing but my fault in how it occurred, okay? As long as you and I both understand that I know that, then we can move on. Anyways, I wanted to see Princess Mononoke in theaters because AMC was having a Studio Ghibli Fest, and Princess Mononoke is my boyfriend's favorite Studio Ghibli movie, maybe even favorite movie, but let's just start with Studio Ghibli movie. What we usually do is we have a deal, and I have this deal with anyone that I go see a movie with. I will pay for tickets if they pay for food. If I go out to see a movie in a pair, then that's how it usually goes, or like pair or a trio. That's how it usually goes. Bam, we're even. That's how I see it, because we're gonna spend almost the same amount of money anyway, so that just makes it easier. That way we get tickets. Like, I like reserving tickets, so that way we get tickets all for the same area and they don't have to purchase in advance and coordinate with what we're doing. So I made that deal. I said, I will pay for our tickets to go see the movie if you pay for food. He said, okay. So I go to reserve the tickets, except I'm a little short on cash, but this is the only time that this movie is showing in theaters, obviously. You know how I could save on cash? AMC benefits, rewards. So I say, OMG, I am gonna go be an AMC A-list member because I know that has huge benefits, and I could see 3 movies a week for free, and I will save $10 doing that in tickets because I was gonna get a $25 membership, and tickets were gonna cost about $35 just for 2 tickets to see this. So I thought, how genius, I'm gonna save $10 and I'll get to see more movies. Extraordinary. Read the fine print when you buy things. I didn't, and I purchased it. What I did see, the only fine print I did see, is that AMC A-List is a no early cancellation like policy or whatever. So it says, like, by the way, if you agree to purchase this, you understand that you cannot cancel this within the first 3 months of billing. So you have to be billed 3 times before you're allowed to cancel it and no longer pay for it. I was like, sure, because Studio Ghibli Fest is going for a while. I'll have plenty of other movies I want to see anyway. I'll still be saving money. Sounds like a good deal to me. Fine print. Special premiere showings and fests are not included in AMC rewards list, A-list benefits. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Basically, that meant that I could not get a free ticket for the Princess Mononoke movie. I was going to be paying, instead of saving $10, I was going to be paying double. We did not end up seeing the movie. I had about a 7-hour breakdown about my situation. We did not see the movie. Also, another fun fact, never assume things. That's how I usually live my life, and any time that I forget to do that and I assume, bad happened here. I assumed that most people go to the movies with at least one other person. There are people that go to the movies by themselves. I've done that before. I went to go see the Eras Tour movie by myself. I would recommend that to anyone. Most of the time, you at least see it with one other person. I assumed that A-list benefits would mean that you would get 2 tickets for the 3 movies you could see a week. No, you get 1 ticket. The only person that gets the benefits is the person that is paying for direct membership. It's not like, you know, for like Netflix, you pay for it and then you could have like a family of 4. No, just the one person can receive said benefits. So I only have 1 ticket for myself for 3 movies a week. And I can't cancel it for the first 3 months of billing. So it's currently July, and I can't cancel it till I've been billed in September. I don't really particularly like movies. I like some movies in the movie theater. I would average I see about 1 movie every 2 months in theaters. Fun fact, currently, as of July 2024, not really any movies I care about seeing. I've made a bad mistake, so now I'm gonna get my money's worth, and I'm going to make sure I see those 3 movies every week. And I thought, you know, 1 should lead to content at least, you know? So for the next 3 months, starting this month, I'm going to be releasing a monthly movies I saw and review. Oh, the sun is behind me now. This will be the July collection of I Am Stupid. I purchased an A-list membership, and now I have to do my best. Here's July. Today I am seeing Take Me to the Moon, which is it's a comedy with Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum, I want to say. I know my actresses way more than I know my actors. Anyway, I'm interested. My favorite genre of movies is comedies. This week is comedies. So I am excited about that. That's gonna be cool. I did want to see horror movies. I haven't worked up the courage. We'll see about next week. I've heard that this is good. I've heard good things. I don't know. Great. Great sign. I'm the only one here, and I showed up late. Okay. If you know my channel at all, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I am a very easy critic. I think I rate everything a 7 or above out of 10. I don't think I've ever rated anything below that. I'm gonna try my best to be a better critic for this content that I'm making. If I were to be giving this movie a rating based off my normal ratings, which is just always high, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Being harsher, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I don't know if I'd say it's a comedy. That's what it was categorized as. It was categorized as a comedy. I don't know if I would categorize it as that. I didn't really laugh that much. Every once in a while I gave like that sweet sentimental chuckle you give something that's like, aw, you know, that, one of those. I gave that every once in a while. I'm laughing more right now than I did during the movie. I think I'd call it more historical fiction. But I also don't know how those things are categorized, so what do I know? Nothing. I thought it was a cute movie. Plot was good. I liked plot. I liked storytelling. I thought the ending was super cute. The climax was great. Acting was good. I'm usually most critical about acting. Costume, a little bit of a problem with. The 1960s costuming was really good. At no point did I believe that was Scarlett Johansson's hair. Not a single second, I think, did I see that as her real hair. That was a wig through and through. I know 1960s is very big hairspray hair. Oh, even though part of the reason it felt like a wig was because it was so large, it was also so stiff, which again, hairspray makes your hair really stiff, but it looked stringy. There were multiple times where she had like these curls at the bottom that whenever she turned her head, they did not move for crap. And it was like also awkwardly placed, like it was poorly styled too. Also, as for costuming, Channing Tatum's costumes, he stuck out like a sore thumb the whole movie. Because his whole crew, all of them wore like these white button-ups and a black tie. That's what everyone on the staff, the NASA staff, wore. And then Channing Tatum, he wore like these really 1960s turtleneck things. This is a nitpick that really it actually is accurate for how they looked in the 1960s, but it was ugly anyway. He wore a yellow one and you could always see his tank top underneath it, like plain as day. I know that's accurate. I know that's an accurate styling. It was ugly, so I don't give a... He stuck out like a sore thumb. Like maybe if they had a few other people dressed like that, I don't know. I really don't get it, because normally when a character is dressed like that compared to everyone else who's dressed pretty uniform, it means that they're a rogue and they go out of their, like, they do things against the grain or whatever. But his entire character's point is that he was a rule follower. Everything has to be done to a T, follow a strict protocol. So it made no sense for his character to be dressed like that. He just felt really out of place often. I don't think the solution would have been to have his character wear the white button-up and the black tie. I think a better option would have been to have more variety throughout the costuming. Maybe if there was like, he wore that on casual days, and then on the official like launch days, he wore the white button-up and the black tie. That would have maybe worked better. He always wore the turtlenecks, and everyone always wore the white button-ups and black tie, and he just did not fit in, and it was ugly. I didn't like it. But the women's fashion especially, so gorgeous. Would I watch it again? Yeah, probably in like a couple years if I'm like searching through stuff and I'm trying to find a movie that already has some familiarity with it and I know I liked. Yeah, I might click on it again. If I spent money on this ticket rather than going through my membership I already spent money on, would I be happy? I'd be satisfied. I don't think I'd be like, oh, that was worth every penny. The regular ticket cost, rounding up to the nearest dollar, was $13. I would have been satisfied. I don't think I'd be like, that was $13 wasted. It was all right. It was an all right movie. I don't have a whole lot to complain about. Really, it's just the wardrobe that kind of threw me off a little bit. Week 1 of AMC movies. Day 2, going today to see Thelma. I watched the trailer this morning. For the record, this ticket rounding up to the nearest dollar is only $10. That is cheap for movie tickets nowadays. I watched the trailer this morning. It's either gonna be the funniest thing I've ever seen or I might leave the theater early. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. Going to go see Thelma. I'm once again the only person in this entire theater. Just me.
Hello, I'm Nancy Davis.
Hello, Nancy Davis.
Okay, that was charming. Quickly, as soon as I recorded that I was the only one in the theater, about 5 other groups of people came in. Every one of those groups had at least one older person. So that was hysterical. I was the only one by myself and the only one younger than 30. Honestly, 10 out of 10 movie. I thought it was really cute. As for comedy, yes, it still categorizes as a comedy, unlike yesterday. Was it like downright hilarious? No, but it was really cute. Honestly, I'm an old person critic. I think a lot of old people are rude, downright dumb how rude a lot of old people are. I tend to dislike a lot of old people, but that movie was really adorable. I have never seen old people that are not related to me in such a good light before. That movie was really, really cute. There was nothing bad about it. The acting was good, the dynamic was good, the script was good, cinematography was good, costuming was honestly really cute and very fitting for every character. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I have nothing bad to say about that movie. That was really good. Would I see it again? Yeah, honestly, I'd see it again. If it like came on streaming in a month and my friends saw it, I'd probably say, yeah, let's watch that. They had me in it in the first 10 minutes. I was already like, this is really cute. I know I'm gonna like this movie. The climax was so good. The callback jokes were done really well. Loved how it was filmed. No regrets. You should watch Thelma. Today is Deadpool! Deadpool! I watched the sequel today. For years, I had only seen the first movie, and then like last weekend I watched it again because I'd only seen it the one time when I was 14. So today I watched the sequel, which honestly was almost horrible. It was almost a horrible movie. Made up for it in the end credit scene, or post-credit scene, I guess, whatever. Honestly, the whole movie's worth watching just for the ending. I know nothing about Wolverine. I don't know a damn thing. I don't really care. I know I probably should know stuff about Wolverine. I don't care. I know Hugh Jackman. I know he was great in The Greatest Showman, and that's all of the information I have. So, cool. I'm gonna be honest, I'm about to leave the most disappointing review of that movie ever. Okay, I gave an entirely different review of that movie when I originally saw it, and I've let it soak in, so I'm just gonna refilm it. I'm not even gonna look at my original review. I know what I said. Let me try again. I will say, in my original review, I gave it a 6 out of 10. Hold it! Put your pitchforks down! Because, 1, I knew my review was a bad review. And I still know my review's a bad review. I am not the person that movie was made for. That's pretty much that. I gave it a 6 out of 10 because for me personally, it was a 6 out of 10. Just hold on a minute. If you are a huge superhero nerd, like you know the whole Marvel universe, you know the whole DC universe, you know, I don't know, more. If you know all of it, if you have all the comic books, if you've kept up with all the multiverses, that movie's gonna be the best movie you've ever seen in your life. Unfortunately, it's all going down from here. If you're me and you haven't seen a Marvel movie since Age of Ultron, hush, I did watch WandaVision. If you haven't seen a Marvel movie in a while, you haven't kept up with it, you're not a huge superhero nerd, you know, you don't know all the different superheroes, you have your boyfriend explain it to you all the time. That wasn't meant to be sexist. That was just a personal experience. Anyway, then you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. My favorite part of seeing the movie while I was in that experience was hearing all the other superhero nerds freak out. I saw it on opening day or maybe day 2. Either way, it was like right when it came out. Hearing the other people in the audience whenever someone new came on screen that I had no idea who they were, and everyone else went, that was the best experience ever. I always knew when someone was important on screen because everyone else let me know. Another reason that I originally gave it a 6 out of 10 was because my favorite part of Deadpool is Deadpool humor. Crazy, I know. I'm not a huge action movies person, and I stand by that. I don't find them entertaining. If there's more action going on than plot, I'm out. For Deadpool, it was 60% action, I'd say, 40% plot. And the plot was also mid. Sorry. Deadpool 1, perfect movie. Deadpool 2, not so good. Deadpool and Wolverine, I've had a moment. I'm already excited to see it again. I'm seeing it again in a couple days with my friend and my boyfriend, and they have an AMC with recliner seats, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to go see it again. It's been my entire For You page since I saw the movie. I think seeing certain parts again and reliving all of that has just made me cherish what I missed out on originally. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's not, well, it's hard. I was gonna say it's not better than the original Deadpool, but there's just so much feel good in that movie that it might be. The original Deadpool movie doesn't have as much feel good moments. You know, it's pretty depressing. This Deadpool and Wolverine, there's so much feel good moments. I keep listening to Bye 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 and that one Madonna song that's in the movie, and just hearing those songs brings me joy. Take back what I said. I know that 6 out of 10 was a bad review anyway, but now I'm just throwing that away. 10 out of 10 movie. Really appreciated it. We interrupt this program to bring you my first ever crumble cookies. Ever since they came out with a particular flavor, it was the peanut butter and jelly. It was all over my TikTok. That cookie looked like it was incredible. I've never had crumble before. I'm an insomnia girly because that's what was near my college town. Got 3 minis. So I'm aware I'm not getting the actual crumble experience. Also, I have to say, those cookies are gigantic. People holding them on social media does not do that justice. The reason I got the minis is because I wanted to try more than one flavor of this week, but I was not gonna pay for a 4-pack because that's almost $20 for 4 cookies. Whereas this was $8.99 with a tip. I know I'm not getting the full crumble experience because I'm not getting the doughy cookie that's this big, but maybe another week, if there's only one cookie I want to try, I'll just get a singular cookie. I'm saving my favorite. If I was going to get one cookie, it was going to be the Reese's cookie because you know I love peanut butter. But I was curious about the shark cookie and the snickerdoodle cookie. The shark cookie. It's insane that because the regular cookies are triple the size of this, that this is a mini. Why do I want to try the shark cookie? Because it has a shark on it. Ever since I started dating my boyfriend who loves sharks, I've become obsessed with sharks. That's good. This cookie tastes just like a really good sugar cookie, honestly. Honest. In terms of sugar cookie, 10 out of 10. Extraordinary sugar cookie. In terms of cookie in general, 8 out of 10. This is the Snickerdoodle cupcake. This one's a little warmer. The shark was cold. It has this cream cheese frosting. I'm a big cream cheese frosting. Snickerdoodles, I like soft cookies, so if it's a soft Snickerdoodle, they're pretty good. My mom makes them crunchy. Don't like that. That one's special. That one's pretty special. Just have the Snickerdoodle like crunchy exterior. If you know Snickerdoodles well, you know that this part, this outer ring, is always crunchy. But then the middle, including like the outside, like it's not really good to say like, oh, it's a crunchy outside, because that entails that the entire outside of the cookie is crunchy, then the entire inside of the cookie. No, this part, this outer ring is kind of harder, while the middle part is doughier. They did that really well. Maybe it's not cream cheese frosting because it's airier, but I liked it. Good Snickerdoodle flavor. It doesn't have that weird bitter aftertaste that some Snickerdoodles have. In terms of Snickerdoodle cookie, 10 out of 10. In terms of regular cookie, 9.5 out of 10. Now the only cookie I actually like, I care about the other ones, I did want to try them, but this was the reason that I wanted to go this week. This beautiful Reese's peanut butter cookie. I'm gonna get this bite with this giant Reese's right here. Oh my goodness. That is so good. I love peanut butter. This is 10 out of 10 across the board. Another day, another movie. So this is week 2, if you're following timeline. Today, I'm seeing another comedy. I think it's called The Fabulous Four. No idea what it's about. Honestly, I think I read the synopsis. I already forgot everything I read. I know it has that one actress I really like from Abbott Elementary, and that's it. That's all I know. To me, because it's 4 older women and it's rated R, to me that says that it's going to be the same kind of humor as Bridesmaids or Girls Weekend or Girls Weekend Out, or I don't know. You know, Gen X millennial adult humor-esque movies about, you know, being a crazy gal that usually feature Tina Fey. This week, actually, I have nothing I'm really looking forward to seeing. I scraped the bottom of the barrel for movies I was willing to see this week. Let's see how it goes. That was genuinely the worst movie I've ever seen. I hate being a negative Nelly. That's why I rate so high normally. But I'm not exaggerating when I say that was actually one of the worst films I've ever seen. The first 30 minutes I had decided, nope, this is just going to be bad the whole time. And I almost walked out many times. You know, I just had this belief that it would get better, that maybe some of the random storylines were gonna tie together. No. First off, difference in how to handle jokes about old people and older generations not understanding technology. Thelma from earlier, great job. Very, like, it was realistic but done in a tasteful way. They weren't completely, utterly helpless, you know, like Thelma kind of knew what she was doing. There was just certain parts that she was like, I don't know. And then it was done in a way where it wasn't ridiculous. It wasn't done out of proportion where you couldn't believe. This movie, a lot of the core humor was about TikTok, except TikTok was not run in the way that it actually is run. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is in movies, is when they try to portray social media and then they don't portray the social media how it actually is. How hard is it to just open the app?
Girl in the material world, got them diamonds so heavy.
Why do you have to edit this really strange interpretation of social media and then stick one of the like name things on there? The writing of the script was so god awful. It's very possible that they asked someone from my like beginner level 1 creative writing class to write them a script and they went, cool, good. Also, I think they just went with the first take of every scene filmed, genuinely, because the amount of just there was multiple times where actors like clearly stumbled on their lines and they just kept it in. It's a real shame because that main cast of 4 is a great cast. The cast was the older teacher from Abbott Elementary, the high-pitched squeaky girl from Will and Grace, the stepmother from Enchanted, and Winifred from Hocus Pocus. I was excited about it. I thought it was going to be pretty good. I liked the cast, you know. My rating, 1 out of 10. Honestly, only because I like the 4 actresses that were in the movie.
Birds fly.
It's the last movie of July. Today, I am seeing a horror movie. I know, it's been the month of comedies, ? The only horror movie that I can make myself see is a Quiet Place Day One. It's funny, I can handle gore in a lot of senses. Like, Walking Dead gore has never bothered me. Except for that one thing. But horror movie gore? They do gore different. So I get scared of that more than anything. Been told by reviews online that A Quiet Place, the horror aspect comes from the suspense. I still didn't believe I could see it at night though, so I'm seeing it at 10:45 in the morning, and then I'll be done with my July movies. And tomorrow is August, and you bet your butt I'm gonna be right back in the freaking movie theater. Yay! Dog. That movie is a really good example, for me at least, as to why it irritates me that horror movies are not judged as a serious category. I am not a horror movie watcher, as I said. However, stay with me. I love horror movies. Horror movies is one of my favorite genres. I don't watch them because I am too squeamish. I just can't. But I understand and know the truth, which is that horror movies are some of the most brilliantly written movies of all time. How I watch horror movies is I usually read the plot synopsis. So I read them more like a book. I mean the detailed, and then this happens. Next, this happens. Also this, which is also cool because when I do that, the synopsis already points out important things to remember. Oh, this really small detail points out this connection between this person and that person, and this is a foreshadowing point and blah, blah, blah. You don't get that when you watch the horror movie. You have to do that yourself. So as much as it hurts my media literacy, I just read the plot synopsis. I had a feeling I could watch that one because I saw that it wasn't horribly scary. It was just tense, which I could do. That movie was so good. That movie was so unbelievably good. I was a little weary of the ending because I know that A Quiet Place Part 1, I know what the ending is, and to me personally, stupid ending. But this one, the ending was perfect. I cried. The relationship between the two characters was so perfect. The entire time I was screaming in my head though as to why she wasn't constantly holding the cat. She had so much trust in that cat to just stick with her, and I'm like, go, where's your cat? That was making me the most tense. There were times where like her life was in danger and I was like, where is your cat? That was really good. Excellent acting, excellent writing, super heartwarming. It was a really nice balance of like, yes, this is a horror movie, but also this is real people and how they're trying to survive. And wow, that was just done really, really well. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. I have zero issues with it whatsoever. That honestly, it's an 11 out of 10. That was a wonderful, wonderful movie. That brought me some joy I needed, especially after the last movie. That was very important to me. I also did, in fact, go pick up 2 slices of pizza after that movie. How could I not? It put me in the perfect mood.